Alright, it's been 6 years since I've put a video out there. This will be mostly TTM stuff that I've gotten recently and some things I've picked up. I'll start with this one, which was in person earlier this year. It's a Yasiel Puig, side paneled. Started sending out email requests to get a couple of autographs, mostly from authors and, well, all that stuff. Peter V. Brett, whose latest book just debuted on the bestsellers list. Got a couple from Nelson DeMille. Book plates that you stick in there, and then a ton of books. Picked up this one here. I found Nora Roberts is kind of a big deal, so bought it for $1. Best thing about this book is the review on the back. Got a couple of pretty historic as far as celebrities go. This one's signed by Lawrence Welk. It's an old musician from the 50s. Picked up one from, where did they go? June Carter Cash. Signed. Get that really cheap. Found the most important one out of them will be this guy here, Bob Hope. Of course, it was discarded from a library and they stamped over the inscription, but at least they didn't mess up the signature. This thing was signed about 50 years ago and I found it for a couple of dollars. The rest of these books I got more Peter Brett, Mike Cole. Joseph Finder sent me a book plate to put in a book, and I ordered a book to put the plate into, and when it got here, it was already signed by him. So I got two signed by Joseph Finder. Picked up this one for $1. It was signed by Lou Holtz. Also found this at a thrift store. Signed by several Negro League players, including John Mule Miles, who passed away last year. And then it's kind of a mess over here. Got another author that gave me his autograph trying to get me to buy the book. Tons of stuff through the mail, a couple of things in person here. Start off with this photo. I bumped into Lyle Lovett last year. Kevin James just recently. As you can see, I've expanded beyond just baseball now. Judi Dench. She sent me this through the mail. Tony Bennett a couple of times. There's another one I was excited to get back. It was Dick Van Dyke. Probably know him best from Mary Poppins. Got Betty White. A couple of photos. I do 4x6s because they're really cheap. And I went to see the Beach Boys and this guy showed up. John Stamos. Bumped into the mother from 2.5 Men, Holland Taylor. Got Whitney Cummings. Got a signature that's pretty much disappeared from Jesse James Leha, champion boxer. Got Isaiah Thomas, basketball player, NBA, throwing out the first pitch for the Mariners. Also got Derek Williams, Gary Neal. Joakim Noah is one of the coolest guys in the NBA. Andre Kirilenko, Patrick Patterson, Noah again. That's about it for that particular envelope. Start on this. See, this came from the president of Slovakia. Sent him an email and he mailed me signed postcard, which was pretty cool. And not really relevant over here, but this one came from Germany. It is Sophie Adele. It's a famous TV star over there. Get this one from the Golf Channel. All these were through email here. This one is Lauren Thompson. I'm not sure what was in here. Yeah, it's an empty one. This one I sent an email to a couple of months before she passed away. So, Joan Rivers. Let's see. I know it's in here somewhere. There we go. That was pretty cool. She actually sent me 2 of them for some reason. Got one a couple weeks later. And here's another thing full of photos that I've gotten through the email. A couple of in-person ones. Joe Andruzzi, former Patriot, is also a hero at the Boston bombings during the Boston Marathon. Not too much important stuff in there. Some Olympic sports. Most of these were through emails. We got Brian Boitano, Billy Mills, who for some reason personalized it with my first and last name, as if my first name wasn't uncommon enough. Christine Theiss, she's a German fighter. You can see here. It's Elena Height. Elena Curtoni. Gracie Gold. This one was pretty cool. Nastya Lukin. And Bruce Bumgarner. Let's see. This one here is politician, first female in her position, but I forget what her name was. Nadia something. This one, the Prime Minister of Canada sent me, says, with the compliments of the Prime Minister. That's pretty cool. I know there's another one in here somewhere. There's George W. Bush. Of course, it's most likely an auto pen. I mean, it's done with a Sharpie, but I don't think it's real. I mean, if he's not going to write my name on there, he's going to type it out, so why is he going to sign it? This, I sent an email to a Facebook message to the Bluesmobile, and they sent me a facsimile of Dan Aykroyd. Besides that, a couple of unsigned photos of Harry Connick. Didn't sign my pictures, but he sent me another one. Got a bunch of race car drivers like to send out free stuff. That's all strictly racing. Non-sport seems to be the most popular way. Or the most popular Well, they send out the most free crap anyway. Hannah Storm, Sarah McLachlan, Jessica Biel, Jillian Harris, Leah Durrell. This is actually Deborah Wilson. She's from Mad TV and Scary Movie 4 or something like that. She showed up at where I work. It's really cool. A lot of prospective actresses and actors. Kept this one's envelope because it's an artist, and he actually drew a sketch on the back of the envelope, which made me not want to tear it open, and then signed it. His name's Anthony Osgang. He sent me a postcard as well with some of his artwork on the front and another sketch signed, well, initialed. Miss Maryland, Miss Switzerland, another one of her. Miss Vermont, Elle McPherson. She sends out a lot of these, and everybody thinks they're auto-pinned, but this one, it's kind of hard to see with the camera, but it's very clearly signed and ballpoint pen, and the signature is different than all the other photos that people are posting out there, and they all think they're fake for some reason. This is Chuck Garrick. He was a guitarist for Alice Cooper and at one point Rob Zombie. He was giving those out. Tamara Exelston, I think is her name. She's the British version of Kim Kardashian, pretty much. Susan Lucci. Brittany Glaze from the Sportsman Channel. Donald Rumsfeld. This is the Harry Connick I mentioned earlier. All you had to do is send him an SE and he would send you that. A couple of really unknown singers. Karen Allison, Madeline Perot, Jane Monheit, Katja Rickerman. She's actually a pretty famous saxophonist, played with a lot of famous musicians. Deborah Norville, who I didn't know until after she sent me this picture, was actually from my hometown. This one's kind of a big deal too. It's Bob Barker. Send him an email. The auctioneers from Storage Wars, Dan and Laura Dotson. Harvey Levin from TMZ and the People's Court. Vanna White and Pat Sajak. A lot of people think these are fake too, but they're signed with two very distinctly different markers. So it's not a preprint. There's the other Joan Rivers. David Copperfield, famous musician, or magician. Even more famous than him, Penn and Teller, who I also got to meet in person, but I got that through email. Jeff Foxworthy sent an email to his sporting goods store in Georgia. Bumped into Felix Silla, who was actually known more for being Cousin It on the original Addams Family, but I figured Star Wars is more collectible. This is Wednesday Addams, Lisa Loring. And here is Jennifer Bine, who is Michael Bine's wife. He was Kyle Reese in the original Terminator. Ella Wallstatt from Earth to Echo sent me that. Shannon Tweed. For some reason the personalization's in silver, but signature's in black, but it's still legitimate. Another one who's personalized with my last name. There's another soap opera star, Katie McLean. Here's a famous actress from back in the day, Shirley Jones, who sent me a free 8x10 with the first time anybody's ever sent me a self-addressed stamped envelope so I could send her money back, which I still haven't gotten around to doing. Allison Lonnie, who ended up adding me on Facebook after I sent her an email. Beth Ninsel. Bob Elmore, who was Leatherface in Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 2, he gave me that. They had an autograph signing where I work. Andrew Zimmern signed through email. I also met him. He showed up here in town. Let's see. Here's a letter from Shirley Jones. It's talking about the charity, but she's also kind of coming off a little douchey in that letter. Here's something else signed by Ella Wallstatt. Sent me a little note, and another note from Deborah Norville. There's still more stuff in here. That was all the big photos. Most people seem to send out smaller photos. There's another author, Jackie Collins, which kind of wish she didn't personalize it to me. It's a little bit embarrassing. I'm not part of her target audience. Natalie Les. More Sophie Adele's. Apparently she sent me a couple of them. I only emailed her once. Donna something. I don't know. Bridget von Bensels, another TV personality who's real popular in Germany. This up-and-coming singer, Ember Ojeda. We've got this one is a legitimate signature, Dakota Fanning. It's pretty cool. Amy Adams preprint. Jack Hanna, grew up watching him, sent them an email. And Ben Bailey from Cash Cab, who's actually coming to town pretty soon, so I might have a chance to meet him in person. And let's get into the racing stuff. I know, as you can see, I'm making a huge mess trying to go through all this crap now. If anybody saw any of my old videos, I was working on the 2001 Topps baseball set. That set is now, at the time of my last video, I was at 95 out of 790. Right now, I'm at about 400 of 790. So, we got Beth Christ signed, Hendrik Grapp, a lot of Formula One racers. This group actually sent me autographs from the whole team. This Dindo Capelli. Got a lot of NASCAR drivers and truck series. This is Brendan Newberry. Taylor Ferns. Charlie Kimball. Michael McGuire. Shannon Mudrow. Brendan Goffin. Get them all mixed up here. James Hinchcliffe, Matt Taft, Chad Hackenbrock. This is Max the Axe Angeli, who's apparently a legendary driver. Anybody who actually watches NASCAR knows Larry McReynolds. That was pretty cool. Ryan Reed's a big prospect. He hasn't quite made it yet. Elliott Sadler, probably the biggest name of any driver that sent me anything. This was sent to me from his fan club, not directly from him. And that's really about it. Who's this? Brian Scott. And that's just scratching the surface of all the stuff I've gotten. This is just in the last 2 years, stuff that I've collected. You can see I've picked up a bunch of jerseys. Josh Gere, game-worn jersey from the Padres. Unfortunately, he's back down in AA. It's a David Price jersey from Just Minors. That's an old one I've had since before I started doing videos altogether. Dave Brundage, game-worn. Everett Aqua Sox game-worn jersey signed by John Nelson and Osvaldo Navarro, which neither one of them really panned out. Ozzy made it up there for a little while. Brandon Wood, game-worn jersey. Jamie Bobella, game-worn jersey. They both had a cup of coffee. Another one from Just Minors, Michael Kadire. It's a really nice jersey. Billy Butler. See over there, Vince Carter, Jeff Hornacek signed. There's another one from Just Minors. It's Matt Moore from the Rays. It's a 16 by 20 I completed with all members of the rookie all-star team. It's got Dwight Howard, Devin Harris, Josh Smith, Beno Udrih, Andre Iguodala, Tony Allen, Luol Deng, Emeka Okafor, Al Jefferson, and Ben Gordon. Over here I've got Kobe. I've actually managed to get him a couple of times in person. He's changed his signature from what people might be used to. It's no longer Kobe, it's just KB. The Dirk Nowitzki, which he ran with a gold marker, made it look like a mustard stain. Carmelo Anthony. Picked up this not too long ago. Well, I didn't pick it up. I got him to sign it because I didn't have anything else on me. I wasn't expecting him to be there. So I just made a collage with the cards. David Robinson at one of his son's football games. His son is now big star for Notre Dame as a wide receiver. Corey Robinson, I got him too. Tony Parker. Bunch of books. Let's head over this way. Got several Kevin Durant's. Another Kobe. Magic signed over Larry Bird. Now I just need to get Larry Bird to sign it. Shaq, Grant Hill, Cheech and Chong. Got a handful of movies. I just ran into a couple of celebrities the other day. Brendan Fraser was really cool. We stood there for about 5 or 10 minutes quoting this movie back and forth to each other. And then, let's see, Bill Paxton signed over Arnold's face, which I'm never going to meet Arnold anyway, so that's alright. He was in True Lies. Here's Cedric the Entertainer, who wasn't there with those guys. There's a couple I mailed out to get signed. Mel Brooks and another Mel Brooks. The event that had Bill Paxton and Brendan Fraser in it was a red carpet event for Texas Rising on the History Channel. Ray Liotta was also there, but I didn't get a chance to see him. And now I gotta put all this crap back on the shelves where it was. It's another email success. I sent John Saul. Forgot about that one. Pretty cool. Mike Cole. This is a guy I was talking to on Twitter. John Darrell Winston. Happens to have the same last name as me. Catherine Coulter sent me sent the email success, and there's probably a ton more stuff over there. You see all the baseballs and the boxes of crap that I haven't gone through yet. Recently moved once again. Well, not really recently, but since the last video. Anyway, maybe in the next couple of days I should have some more successes and stuff to talk to you about. Guess that's it for now.